So like the title says, it's going to be another shop organization video. Why? Well, because the shop keeps getting unorganized. Let me flip the camera around and show you what I mean. So we got a crib in here. My daughter, granddaughter, son-in-law came to visit. We've got some hardwood that I bought, some maple, some cherry, and a little bit of black walnut. I bought that my first time buying hardwood from a hardwood dealer. So I'm gonna see what I can make out of that. That video yet to come. Over here we got the Outfeed or assembly table that I built in my last video. I'll show that up above. Table saw, covered in a bunch of stuff. Miter station. I don't know why. Why can't I put things away where they go, right? So I'll get to that stuff right there in a minute. We get to the other side of the shop. Tool wall has changed a little bit. We got a lot more spray paint on there now. We got this metal rack. I'll explain that in a minute. Just tools I haven't put away. Whole pile of just crap everywhere. And then this here, I own a dumpster business. It was a side hustle. It's my full-time gig now. This definitely makes it easier to get the shop cleaned out. You know what I'm saying? And I got to put the new winch cable on. That'll be on my other channel. I'll post a link up here. All right, still haven't used my domino. All right, so I got a bunch of stuff over there. Here's my video kind of center. I've got some rigs for overhead cameras, another camera over there, an A10 Mini Pro. So, all right, over here in the corner, we've done a little bit of video on it, is the laser engraver. It's a big Chinese laser engraver. This thing is awesome. Love it. Run it off that laptop there. So we'll be talking a little bit more about that, but that's where all of this scrap is coming from. The scrap we have over there, scrap we have down here. And we're making signs and cutting boards and all kinds of stuff. So I'll put some pictures in here of what we're doing. But that rack is supposed to be a drying rack, and it's right in the way of what I want to do with this wall. So, and that's what we've been doing over here, is the wife has been making signs, seeing if we can get ready for a craft fair. But I think what I'm going to do, so I've got to find a better place for my planer and joiner. They're just little cheapos, nothing major there. Got to find a place for this. These plywood pieces are good pieces we're going to use on the engraver, so I got to find a place for that. Got my propane heater in here. Got to get those out of here. Got to get this crib out of here. So that's what we're working on today. Let's see what we can turn this into. All right, so I think I got it back to where I like it. First corner I wanted to show you guys was this corner over here. When we got the laser engraver, we just kind of stuffed it in this corner. We'd open up the garage door, let the fumes out with the exhaust fan. Well, we decided we're going to leave it in this corner. It works pretty good for our workflow. So needed something a little more permanent without drilling a hole in my house. I'm not ready to do that yet because we're looking at buying a Thunder. You know, we might need something different. So what we did was I made a bracket. I used the laser cutter to cut a hole in a couple pieces of plywood. I sandwiched those together and made a bracket to hold the exhaust fan. That goes up and out the window. Let me show you what it looks like from the outside. So I put this little block on the bottom to see if I could get it to keep it from knocking in the wind, give it a little weight. that didn't necessarily work, but it helped. So I think I'm on the right track there. And so we'll come back to this here in a minute. Let me pull out my cell phone and show you the rest of the shop and how much we got cleaned up. So table saw is still in the same spot. I don't know if I've ever shown this. This is the Delta table saw you can get from Lowe's. A lot of people say they have a problem with it, and or they have problems with them. I haven't had a single issue with it. Built a homemade router table on the end with a old Bosch router table plate, so it's kind of like an insert. I don't do a whole lot of routing on that anyway, but yeah. Got a little bucket for just little odds and ends and pieces. I could go dump that in the trash can as needed. Here's the Outfeed table. It's got some use to it now. Got some spray paint on there. I like to keep this little box on top. It's just got my, the things I kind of use all the time: a pencil, tape measure, a few different things. So this Outfeed table, I can't say enough good things about this thing. This is awesome. I can roll it all around the shop as I need to. Added a couple of French cleats so I can hold some glue. Then on this side I have what used to be on my French cleat wall. Just holds my bits and some chisels and some cheap chisels and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the table saw and assembly table station. Once again, here's my video kind of production station. I have all my chargers, my A10 Mini Pro. I have all of that wired up so I can run an overhead camera. I use a GoPro 9, Hero 9, if I'm going to do that. That's all wired in through HDMI into the A10 Mini. Have one camera here. Usually have a couple of different camera angles. My other camera's over there because that's where I was standing. Okay. So I got the miter saw station all kind of cleaned up. Still have a little pile of stuff back here that I'm not ready to get rid of. It's for another day, I guess. So miter saw station. I did a video on building these shop cabinets. So check that out, link in the description below. My trash can normally goes there. For some reason I have it over here right now. No big deal. Yeah, my apron. Tried to do some sound deadening panels. They work okay, I guess. French cleat wall. We have a lot of spray paint on there now because we're doing these laser engraved, laser cut signs. So we needed a place to put that where it wasn't just piled up on the miter saw station. So that's what that is. Then down here, all I did was just move that hardwood that I talked about earlier and put it against this back wall. I really need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I'm a little intimidated with milling down rough cut hardwood. So I know I can do it. I have the equipment to do it. I just, I've never done it. So. Right, our drying rack, really a rack for whatever we want to put on there. It's supposed to be a drying rack or finished product rack, we're not sure. All right, this is an oversized 2-car garage, all dedicated to the workshop. I did move. I had my planer and my joiner just kind of piled up in the corner over here, and I figured I'd put that out. That's not where I'll use them, obviously. I could use the joiner there, but planer I'll just roll out. It's sitting on an old filing cabinet, some wheels underneath it. Works just fine. Haven't had too much of an issue. I'm going to upgrade to the Delta pretty soon. So that is what we have. Pretty organized, I think, for just a few hours. So yep, that's what we ended up with. I'm overall happy with it. I'm not looking for a pristine shop environment, but I did notice that things were getting a little cluttered. We were still using it. We were just stepping over everything, and you know, that really becomes a pain in the ass. So shop organization, you should really stop every couple of weeks. If you use your shop a lot, you should stop every couple of weeks and just kind of organize some things and get rid of what you don't need. You know, even though you think you're going to need it somewhere down the line, you know, if it's covered in dust and you haven't even seen it, didn't even know you had it, it's time to get rid of it. So, yeah, so that's my shop tour. What I'm doing today is perfecting the settings for these leather or faux leather patches to put on hats for my dumpster business. Just a little piece of leather that came with the X tool that the wife bought a while back, so I figured I'd use it up and see if I could get a decent looking patch out of it. And that really, you get into some better light, you know, you really can't see that on camera, but I mean, that is pretty, that's a pretty good engrave, I think. I think we got the settings and dialed in on that. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll make a couple of them. I want to try a couple of different hats. So yeah, we're going to get into making hats and you know, a few other things. So all right, well, thanks for tuning in. The videos I have coming up soon, I've got to start milling down some of this hardwood lumber. I think I'm going to make a cutting board because, you know, everybody does that, but that's going to kind of fine tune my skills a little bit, working with that rough cut hardwood. I'm going to have to get perfect glue joints and whatever. So that's going to afford me the opportunity to slow down and learn some new skills. It's going to be a challenge, I think. And we're going to have a lot more laser stuff coming out too, but it's not your typical laser stuff. We're trying to build really nice pieces, like this Patriots sign that we did for our own dining room. Really handcrafted, really got a lot of time in it. And while there are some others that are out there like it, this one, you know, it has our personal touches to it. So, yeah. So there'll be more videos on that, more videos on, well, shop organization. Got to keep on doing it all the time. Just can't stop. All right. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this far into the video. I really appreciate it when you guys look at my shop. It allows me the opportunity, or forces me, to keep it clean if I'm going to keep showing videos of me organizing it. So, but hey, thanks for watching until the end. Go ahead and subscribe if you like this kind of content. We do get a little random with the content sometimes, but I try to bring it back to woodworking, the shop, now laser engraving and cutting. So if you like that kind of content, hit subscribe down below. All right. Thanks for watching.